Basically, this video just popped up on my recommended feed, I guess, on my homepage. Brief explanation of Fiddlesticks' creepy interactions with other champions, solving the mystery. Given to the fact that this video was released 1 year ago and we have knowledge from Arcane, I guess we can explain Jinx's thing, but let's see what my guy is covering in here.
Fiddlesticks is one of the scariest champions in the game with his interactions and story.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of video, I see. Okay, the creepy voice already, very nice.
Fiddlesticks can't say whatever he wants. He mimics his victims' last words before they get killed. And he is controlled by the demon inside him. When the demon leaves his body, he becomes an inanimate scarecrow. Let's take a look at his recall animation.
So this is the Fiddlesticks. They're just a puppet.
As you can see, when the demon left his body, he just fell on the ground like a pile of sticks. Fiddlesticks, when he sees some other champions, he mimics their biggest past traumas to make them feel helpless and terrified. So let's start with Vayne.
Bro, if I was a champion in League of Legends, bro, he would be mimicking me by showing me my bot lane. My bot lane is always my biggest fear, especially if we have a Lux support.
Vayne, give us a smile.
Like, bro, tell me which one, but the voice acting is beyond amazing on this guy.
In Demacia, when Vayne got home, she saw her parents lie in a pool of blood, and there was an extremely beautiful woman sitting in the middle of them. The woman was Evelyn.
Have I told you how your parents cried with their final breaths?
Oh, so that was Eve who killed her parents. The more you know, bro. I was under the impression that Vayne was just the League of Legends version of Batman. Someone killed her parents and she became the Batman. But you see, it's Eve who killed her parents.
She could never forget how Evelyn smiled, and Vayne never smiled again.
Now my question is, hear me out, in League of Legends, in the game, we have missions, yeah? We've got, if you have Rengar on one team, and then you have Kha'Zix on the other team. We've got the quest, the hunt is on. The job is to kill each other, you know? For one to kill the other. Also the same mission with, to my knowledge, Lissandra, Ashe, and Sejuani. The battle for Freljord, who is becoming the Queen of Freljord. So how about, right, we introduce the same idea with Vayne and Eve in the game, hey? How about that? You know, Vayne's job is to kill Eve, and Eve's job is to kill Vayne, you know, to end the family. If you do that, you get extra stats. You know, how about that?
Let's keep on with Emmy.
Emmy, don't let go.
I mean, scaring a child is always a good option. Always easy target to pick on.
Annie's stepsister fell in a river when she was having fun with Annie. Unfortunately, she died.
Emmy, help me.
Let's see his interaction with Garen.
Bro, that's a messed up childhood, not gonna lie, for Annie. What is Demacia afraid of? Magic? And his family? I guess that would explain the figure too, maybe?
Garen, brother, please don't hate me.
Very lore accurate because that's from Lux.
Garen never liked mages. He never wanted anyone using magic in Demacia. Most of the mages in Demacia ended up in jail, waiting for their execution. After his uncle gets killed by a sorcerer, he despised them even more. And his sister Lux came to him, and told that she is a sorceress. That is the biggest trauma in Garen's life. Let's see his interaction.
But it has to be a fear, bro. Like, is that what he's afraid of? How can you be afraid of something that's already happening in here, you know?
With Lux.
Little light.
When Silas was in jail, Lux liked him a lot. She taught him
Simp.
how to control his power, and made him better at using magic. She even tried to cancel his execution. But when Silas got free, he attacked Demacia with an army of sorcerers. In other words, he betrayed Lux. And it was the most traumatic moment in her life. The reason Fiddlesticks call her Little Light.
I am sorry, Little Light.
Let's see his interaction.
So she's afraid of Silas? See, the thing is, I was under the impression that Fiddlesticks is all about that fear. But that's just traumatizing. That's not fear, bro. That's trauma.
Interaction with Misfortune.
Hide, Sarah! Hide! Sarah! Sarah!
Just imagine you have a dog, and in the middle of the night your dog decides to go out. You have to take out the dog out. You're going through the forest and you hear that voice. Just think about it.
Sarah is Miss Fortune's real name.
Knows the traumas, and Fiddle reminds them of the traumas to rattle them. Good guy Fiddle.
And before her family was murdered by Gangplank, one of her parents told Sarah to hide, but Gangplank shot the young Sarah too. Luckily she didn't die. To get rid of the trauma she has, she uses the nickname Miss Fortune.
Also, the misfortune eventually kills Gangplank. And then there's the entire scenario where Gangplank is being resurrected. We had an in-game event for that. It was absolutely amazing because the voice announcer was straight up Gangplank's voice. But maybe, you know, if you have already avenged your parents, if you solve the situation, maybe we chill?
Remember me, you bastard?
No.
You look a lot like a guy who shot me in the head. Good for me, bad for you.
Let's see his interaction with Silas.
Venice, don't hurt her.
Who's Venice?
When Silas was young, he was a mage seeker, and Venice was his master. Venice told Silas to find a girl who uses magic. When Silas found the little girl, Venice rushed towards her, realizing Venice would hurt the little girl. Instead of helping his master, Silas protected the little girl. At that moment, things went crazy with explosions and fires. And what Fiddlesticks says to Silas, is what Silas said to Venice. Affected by how helpless the little girl was, the images of the little girl never left his mind. Let's see his interaction with Yasuo.
Hold on, so you want to tell me that Silas was the mage seeker? He was the one hunting the mages in the first place? Bro, we should check out the Silas lore video, bro. This guy sounds interesting.
Brother, how could you betray us?
But I mean, realistically, we can use this quote every single time we have Yasuo in the middle and he's going for the 0-10 power spike. You know, at the end of the day, like, brother, what are you doing?
When Yasuo was a fugitive, he ran into his brother Yone. To keep moving forward, he had to kill his own brother, and these were his brother's last words.
You're wanted for your crimes.
I'm no murderer.
Answer for what you have done.
Have nothing more to give.
Let's see his interaction with Riven.
Guilty. Guilty.
Riven's whole story, whole shebang is that she was accused of being guilty of killing Sybil when it was clearly not Riven. And she was exiled, if I remember correctly.
Guilty.
When Noxus invaded Ionia, lots of Ionians were murdered by Noxians in cold blood. Because of that, Riven felt ashamed for what happened. Even though there was a war, she felt sad for Ionians. And when she got back to the village where she broke her sword, she learned that the village elder died because of her. And the villagers didn't forgive Riven, and called her guilty.
Of all weapons, the past cuts deepest.
The past is a burden we both share.
They accused me of murder. They were wrong.
I would give you back your life if I could. However far you travel, you won't outrun the past.
So how is she guilty if she wasn't even in there, you know?
Let's see his interaction with Kindred.
Now the question is, are we talking about Kindred being the actual dev, or Kindred being that nerfed version and she's a Vastaya right now?
Greyman is the old form of Kindred. And Kindred's biggest fear is being lonely. Fiddlesticks reminds Kindred of how lonely she was. Let's listen her old life, from Kindred herself.
There once was this girl.
Tell me a story.
So beautiful.
There was once a pale man with dark hair who was very lonely.
Why was it lonely?
All things must meet this man, so they shunned him.
Did he chase them all?
He took an axe and split himself in two,
So he would always have a friend.
so he would always have a friend.
And now imagine we replace this gray man, who is, oh no, he said he's lonely. Because he is deaf, everyone must meet him, and that's why he said, and lonely. What if we replace this gray man with Wolf from Puss in Boots, with that deaf, eh? Like, bro, I don't think so, that he was very lonely in there, you know? That's the chatted definition of deaf in there.
When Fiddlesticks sees other demons, he tells their names.
Evelyn!
I don't 100% remember correctly, but Tahm Kench probably has a different name. Tahm Kench is the guy that is possessed by the river spirit demon. No? Pretty sure we don't know his real name.
Nocturne. Raum.
Let's see his interaction with Jinx.
I mean, we saw Arcane. We know what that was going to be.
Jinx! All your fault! All your fault!
It is probably Vi, who tells that it's all her fault. It is said that Jinx caused a big explosion in which so many people died, including her parents. But nothing is certain, probably until the release of the Arcane series.
Oh, so it was before Arcane. Yeah, but technically we saw Arcane, so yeah, we know what's up.
I'm always here! My little hero!
There is no information, other than his mother always told him, her little hero.
Demacia.
Definitely not a creepy champ, what can I say? We need to start playing Fiddlesticks more often. Anyway, that's the video.